Good evening. Welcome to our FWD Media Broadcast. Friends with Disabilities. FWD is a 501c3 nonprofit community benefit organization. Our mission is to reach out to the community of individuals with disabilities in order to educate and promote inclusion. We believe together we can make a difference, such as building connections and relationships, emotional support, sharing relevant information, exhibiting proper etiquette. Please feel free to share today's broadcast with as many people as you know. Also, feel free to comment or ask questions in the comment sections as you're watching. If you're watching YouTube Live, display us on your smart TV for your entire family and friends to watch. But now, let's get into today's broadcast.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us again. My name is Paul Mayfield, Director of Operations at Friends with Disabilities. I'm here with our next segment called A Penny with a Hole in It. Tonight we'll be talking about finances and we'll also be talking about job opportunities. Before we get into that, I want to let you guys know this will be the last broadcast of the summer. We're looking forward to next month where fall will begin. I'll see you again on September 24th. And that will be officially the third day of fall. Today will be our last broadcast in the summer. So therefore, I'm coming at you and letting you know about the Detroit Princess Riverboat. It was awesome. If you were not there, we're going to bring it to you tonight in a slideshow immediately following this broadcast. So please stay tuned so you can see what grand time we had. I mean, it was stupendous, and you will be floored by the excitement. Hopefully it will just jump through the screen and encourage you to join us next month as we go to the football game, Western Michigan versus Illinois State, and that will be September 11th at 5 p.m., 1700 hours. Tailgating will be starting a little before then, but I'll talk about that a little later in the segment. Also, next month, our focus will be dating with a disability. Now, we know dating is hard, period, but with a disability, you multiply that times 10. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast. Also, our disability feature for next month will be visual impairment and blindness, and we will have two main focuses, which will be guide dogs and white cane. We will interview our own Charmise Anderson, and we will meet Wilma, her guide dog, and she will explain the parameters of being a guide dog owner and also the job of a guide dog. We'll also have a person coming through to talk about white canes, how you should respect them, and how you should treat a person who's using a white cane if you shall encounter them. That will also be talked about later in the segment, but it will broadcast next month. Today, we are here to talk about two things: finance and job opportunities. We know as people with disabilities, our finances may be compromised, may be limited at times, but it doesn't have to be that way. First of all, dealing with finances, it's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. I'll say that again because that's the rule of thumb. This is the cardinal rule. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you spend. Let's use $1,000 as our baseline. A person who receives $1,000 a month, such as many of our participants do, because we get money from the federal government, which is guaranteed every month on a certain day, and you know how much you're going to get. It's not going to change. So therefore, I have a simple theory of mathematics that you will not need even a calculator for. You could just sit back and listen to what I'm going to tell you. And I got it from Clever Girls. And this website will be put on this broadcast, so you can go to Clever Girls financial website, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm going to tell you now, and you can get deeper into it. But first of all, let's just say you make $1,000 a month. This is guaranteed money. You know it's going to be there. So $1,000, you're suggested to save 20% of that, which will be $200. $200 a month, you're saving. Now, among our participants, I am going to push that bar a little higher. I'm going to ask you to save 30%. I'm only asking you to do it because I've done it and it is very successful. And just to let you know, following what I'm going to tell you will take you out of not having emergency money, not having money that you can use at your leisure without feeling nervous or guilty about it. So here's how it goes. $1,000 a month, 30% is what I'm asking. Save it. That means you're going to save $300 a month. Now let's try this for 6 months. So you're going to save $300 for 6 months. That's $1,800 that you're going to have saved within 6 months. So September, October, November, December, January, by February, that money will be saved. $1,800 put up however you want to save it. Now you must know yourself and be able to put that money away where it could be safe and no one can access it from you, or you can't access it unless for emergency purposes. So you have to trust yourself on that and then people around you. But moving on, if you can do that for 6 months, that's $1,800. You double that for a year, that's $3,600 that you just have saved. Now, I'm telling you, you can do this because I've done it. I have saved 25 to 30% for many, many, many years, to the point where all of my savings have saved enough for me to be able to put my daughter through college as well as my son. And they're not done with college yet. My son is not even in college, but my daughter is in her second year, and I am able to not fret. I'm able to sit back, relax, and know that money is there because I started saving 30% many years ago. Now, this is money that I don't miss because I planned on putting it away. It's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. So let's break this down a little bit. If you're going to save $300 a month based on $1,000 income, monthly income, then within that 300, you got to make sure that you can be frugal. Now, frugal does not mean cheap. Frugal simply means that you're smart about the money that you're spending. So if you cut down on, let's just say, luxurious things or accessory type of things, such as for women, getting your hair done, your nails done, your toes done, maybe twice a month. Well, instead of doing that 24 times within a year's period, maybe cut that 24 and a half to 12. And then that's that much more money that you can add on top of your 30%. Now, this is how you get over. Now, I can't tell everybody your plan because you have to be disciplined enough to know your spending habits. You have to be disciplined enough to know what you are doing with your blessed income that's guaranteed to be there every month. Now, people with disabilities, we have that blessing. So let's think smart about it. Let's not go out to dinner every day if we don't have to. Let's not spend our money on things because we're perusing the internet and then we get excited about a purchase that we want to take on. Well, I'm gonna give you the 24-hour rule. If there's something that you want to buy, give yourself 24 hours from that period where you feel that you want to buy it. And 24 hours later, if you still want to buy it, then maybe it's something that you want to buy. But through my experience, your mind tells you 24 hours later, well, maybe that was just an impulse decision. That's some money I could save and put in my pocket. Now, of course, you could save more than 30%, and people that do, you'll be glad you did. Do not save beyond your emotional state. And what I mean by that, don't get angry, upset, feel depressed, sad because you're trying to save money and you really need it. Don't do that to yourself. First of all, take care of what you need to take care of. And you only know what that is. Any extra, start building on how much you can save of that. Don't stress yourself out. But let me share some statistics with you. There's 78% of Americans that work check to check. 78%. Now, I can say I'm not in that 78% because I am listening to that 30% a month savings that I'm telling you about right now. I've eliminated all that extra spending that no longer exists in my life. My life is frugal, but I'm definitely not cheap. I spend money on those things that are necessary and that I deem important. Once you get to that point, you will see how your money stacks up without you even knowing. Between the ages of 18 and 28 in America, they have 0% savings. And the reason why, it's a lack of knowledge, and it's also right now. That is the right now age, 18 to 28. They just want to spend. If I have it, I'm spending it. And then those that are saving, they're not saving enough. Now, I'm going to help you with that. Go to the website that's on the screen, Clever Girls. They're going to help you get linked to being able to put in how much you want to save based on your age. So let's say you're 18. It'll tell you how much you should start saving at 18, and you could pick your own retirement date. Let's say you're 18 years old, which we do have a few members that are 18, and they can click, well, I want to retire at 60. It will do an algorithm and let you know how much you should save each month based on your income to make that happen. Simple mathematics. You don't have to do anything but know how much you make each month. It also goes from ages 18 through 70. So we have those ages in our group. And if you still want to save from 18 to 70, we have you locked in. Go to the website. Thank you, Clever Girls, because you've helped my finances a lot throughout the years, and I appreciate that, and that's why I'm sharing it with you all. So it's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. No matter how much you make, save 30% of that money. Also, try to be a little frugal. Not cheap, but eliminate those things that you know are not necessary. Just to get rid of them, if you can. So you have to be strong about this. You know there's going to be a rainy day. You know something's going to happen in life. I don't care who you are. Something's going to happen to all of us. And usually it deals with finances. So let's be smart about it. Have guaranteed money on a guaranteed day. Let's make that work for you. Clever Girls Financial. Hey, click on it. Let's talk about it. If you have any questions, friendswithdisabilities.org. You also can call me directly, 248-460-6070. And I'll let you know how to save money. I don't have to fear about rainy days. I have many umbrellas. So I'll help you get there as well. And let's do this together.
If you know a friend, family member, or anyone that could benefit from Friends with Disabilities, please share this broadcast with them. If you would like to join FWD, please visit our website where you can fill out an FWD application, and we can follow up with you to become a part of our organization.
Moving on, job opportunities. Now, in order to save more money, you can have more money coming in. You don't have to, but if you want more money coming in, give yourself 6 months or a year to try a new job. There's a lot of job opportunities for people with disabilities. In fact, I have a website for you. 100 jobs for people with disabilities. And this is nationwide. And all you have to do is put in your disability. It will link you to hundreds of jobs for people with disabilities. And guess what? We're special because we get jobs that other people would only dream about having. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I'll let you read through it and you'll be amazed that I don't care what disability you have, there's a job waiting for you. Did you know our government is the #1 employer in the world of people with disabilities? The #1 employer. That website will also be available once you click on the 100 jobs for people with disabilities link. It'll be right there, and you can go through it, read through it, and see all the opportunities that are sitting there waiting for you. Now, there are no limitations for us as people with disabilities. None. We just have a disability. There's nothing wrong with our brains. We operate just like everybody else mentally. So therefore, it also has a salary. So let's say, for example, what I did, I went on and I put in visual impairment, and there was a list of jobs, and it had titles, places these jobs were available, how much money I would make annually. And did you know, because we do have a disability, we are allowed to make for the first year as much money as we want to without losing any benefits. Now, that becomes scary for a lot of us because you don't want to lose your benefits because you're employed. There's a program through Social Security called Back to Work program, and you will have 12 calendar years to make as much money as you want. So let's say I wanted to go back into teaching and I signed a $90,000 contract, which is possible. And I worked a year, made $90,000. I will still have my benefits. But at the end of that year, I could say, well, it didn't work out for me, but I still have this $90,000 and I'm going to remain on my benefits. So within that year, I just increased how much I could save. I also increased my bank account by $90,000. And then that's in a 1 year period. Now, every job won't be $90,000. Some may be 25, some may be 20. It depends on your disability and how much effort you want to put into it, actually. But you will have an opportunity to put in your skill set, also listed by disability. They have, even for people who are in wheelchairs, people who are blind, people who are, let's say, people who can't hear, people who have auditory issues, people who have speech impediments. Every single disability you can think of is on this website. So you need to click on it and do what you need to do to find out if you're interested in that. If you're cool where you are, then stick to that 30% of however much you make each month. And if that satisfies you, you're fine. But if you want to kick it up a notch, give yourself a chance, get out there and work. Show them we are not what you think we are. We're better than that, because we know you're looking at us in a negative light from the start. So let's get out there in the workforce. You can try it out. 6 months to a year. You won't lose your benefits. You'll be safe. You give yourself a chance. You might just find a career, a job opportunity that enlightens your life, that makes you feel alive. That's so huge. And we'll help you with that. So give me a call directly and I'll talk to you about the job opportunities as well. So again, 248-460-6070. And then that's a way for your job opportunities. All right. Transition, since it's coming to be fall and summer is now over. By the next time I see you guys, it'll be September the 24th. We will be in the second week of college football, and hopefully Michigan State will be 2-0. But focused on what we'll be doing in the month of September. First of all, we're going to focus on dating with disabilities. Now, when you date with a disability, if you can date with a disability, it's tough. And we are going to have some people who are going to talk to you about it. Some people who really would like a chance to tell all of you, our listeners, how it feels for people to look at you and just judge you on your outer appearance, but never get into your brain, your mind, your soul. And they cheat us in that way. So we want to talk about that. Also, our disability highlight will be the blind and the visually impaired. We're going to highlight guide dogs. You'll meet Wilma. And we're also going to highlight white canes, the usage of white canes, how to respect white canes, proper etiquette when dealing with people who have mobility issues as it pertains to visual impairment or blindness. Also, don't forget, moving on with the football theme, Western Michigan versus Illinois State. It's going to be November 11th. 5 p.m. That's $1,700 for my military folk. But we're going to tailgate a little early. So I suggest that if you want to join us, give us a call, see where we'll be tailgating at. We have our special place in the stadium for Friends with Disabilities. It'll be just us. We'll have a nice suite. They treat us nice. Everywhere we go, they treat us nice. But stay tuned to the end of this broadcast so you can see our collage of pictures and how much fun we have. And if you have not joined us before, take the time in your life to take a chance. Just take a chance. And everyone that's joined us, they've taken that chance, and that's why they're still with us. It's free of charge. That means no cost. We'll provide transportation so you can get there and home. We always feed you. We always have special surprises. Volunteers for the Princess Boat, we thank all of you. It was very nice. And we have your pictures that we're going to display, and we love you all. Thank you also to all of our donors, all of our constituents around Kalamazoo County. Friends with Disabilities would not exist without your participation, without your love and support. On behalf of Charmise Anderson, myself, Paul Mayfield, our board, and also our special consultants, our media design, Mr. and Mrs. Tony Rositas, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much. So please, if you have not taken the chance to call the Friends with Disabilities, myself, Paul Mayfield, or Charmise Anderson directly, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice. We're giving you resources every single month, all through the month. We're giving you highlights about disabilities. We're also giving you a chance to meet people. See, we build connections. And next month, when we're talking about dating with disability, that comes from our participants. I ask about you guys to suggest things that you would like to talk about, you directly deal with on a daily basis. And that was a reoccurring theme, is dating with a disability. And we're going to talk about that because I've lived it, I'm living it, and all of our participants are living it. And we're here to make that better because we're building connections. And if it ends up being a love connection, so be it. We know who's in charge of all this, so allow it to happen. And we're just a conduit to make it happen. We're just a bridge from one spot to another. And I told you, we're here for a purpose, and that's to bridge the gap between isolation and having a fruitful life. And with Friends with Disabilities, you will have a more fruitful life. It's guaranteed. And I just want to share this with you. We put smiles on faces. We give people hope for the future. We also accept people for who they are. And when we're together, everyone can be themselves. Everyone is so happy because you don't have to worry about who's looking at me. We worry about who's looking at us. And when they see us, they see us smile. They see us laugh. They see us interact and enjoy our environment for what it is. And that has to be inspiring to all those who are viewing us as we go out in this community and in Kalamazoo County, and people see us and they want to be a part of us. Not only that, they know we're friends because they see us helping each other. Those who are not visually impaired, they're leading the ones that are visually impaired. Those people in wheelchairs are being pushed by those who are not in wheelchairs, but may have some type of mobility and walking impediment. This is us. We have all types of disabilities displayed, but we're able and we're capable of doing anything. So go out there, give yourself a chance to get a job, save up for Christmas or save up for whatever you want to. In my case, it used to be college, but I'm moving on now. My thing is saving up for whatever and whoever I want to help and give back to. That's what my life has become, and that's what it will remain. All the blessings that we received, thank you to the Lord. And I tell you guys, be a part of us because we're already a part of you. Now, this is for us. This is by us. Paul Mayfield, your Director of Operations. I'm signing out. Please, if there's anything that I forgot, any questions that you have, get in touch with us. friendswithdisabilities.org. Now, we're going to have the rest of our fall ball game in September. October, we're going to be doing Smiling Faces, doing some community outreach, going to group homes for children with disabilities, as well as those who are sick and shed in, our elderly. And we're going to give them gift baskets, entertainment, and talk to them and build a connection with them so they know that when Friends with Disabilities comes back, we'll already have some type of relationship, and they know we're coming with gifts and smiles and laughter and fun. We want to make everybody happy. If you don't have a disability, suggest someone that does, and you can also be a volunteer in whatever we do, and we take good care of our volunteers because we've been taken good care of. All right, I'm signing out, and we'll talk about the gala in November a little later. I don't want to get too much into it because those people who are stepping up in October and are going to go out in this community and serve our children with disabilities and our elderly who are sick and set in, those people are going to be first on our list. And we already have about 8 of you who have guaranteed that you'll be there and giving us your word. So we take you as that. Those that are not and you're worried about it, please pray about it, think about it, let us know, come help. And this is October, smiling faces. That's all we're about. We're going to put smiles on some faces just like we've done yours. And hopefully we made your night a little easier by something to think about to help someone else. Life is bigger than just us. Thank you. Signing out. Good night.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope that today's broadcast has helped you. If you know a friend, family member, or anyone that could benefit from Friends with Disabilities, please share this broadcast with them. If you would like to join FWD, please visit our website where you can fill out a FWD application and we can follow up with you to become a part of our organization. If you would like to contribute a donation to FWD, feel free to use any of our donation options, which can also be found on our website, friendswithdisabilities.org/donate, Cash App, PayPal by mail, Givelify, and Amazon Smile. We thank you in advance for your contribution. And join us for next month's FWD broadcast. During this time, please remember to be safe, be well, and be blessed.